A boy threw a stick without thinking. It accidentally struck and killed his playmate. To avoid taking responsibility, he hid the body in a deep crevice among the rocks in the forest. He thought this secret would remain buried forever. However, 20 years later, the forest was slated to be converted into a soccer field. All the trees were about to be cut down. This made Mike increasingly anxious. He feared they would find Remy's body in the rock crevice. To avoid being held accountable, Mike returned to the scene late at night, intending to destroy the evidence completely. As he approached the crevice, a foul smell assaulted his nostrils. Mike noticed that Remy's clothes had not fully decomposed. He tried to use a shovel to pull them out, but just then, the voices of loggers echoed not far away. Terrified, Mike fled in panic. Because of this, the loggers discovered the body hidden in the rock crevice. The next day, the sheriff gathered all the residents of the town and announced the truth about Remy's disappearance 20 years prior. Forensic examination revealed that Remy died from a severe blow to the head. Moreover, on Remy's clothing, they found a strand of hair belonging to someone else. Through technical analysis, they identified it as belonging to a Caucasian with brown hair. Remy's parents were outraged. They demanded that all residents undergo DNA testing, determined to find the real killer. But the sheriff rejected the proposal. Because the town had a large population, such an approach would only cause greater disruption and cost. They would instead enter the hair into a database. Assuming the killer ever went to the hospital for a checkup, he would eventually be caught. Hearing this, Mike breathed a sigh of relief, grateful to have escaped justice. However, not long after a driver sought out Mike, he produced a toy watch that Mike had dropped. It turned out that on the day of the incident, the driver had noticed young Mike acting suspiciously. When news of Remy's disappearance spread, he had already guessed Mike was responsible, but without proof, he had remained silent. Now that the police had the hair evidence, he urged Mike to turn himself in. Just as Mike was wrestling with this decision, his girlfriend shared a piece of good news with him.